Uh, I don't think I've ever taught you guys before. My name's Donovan, and your other teacher today is going to be Nikki, but she'll be running a little bit late. Make sure that you guys have the names you prefer to be called by and that you have your cameras on. Um, yeah, nice to meet you all. I'm really excited to teach you guys today. Okay, so why don't we start? Um, so today we're going to first have a conversation, and we're gonna review the homework. We're gonna go through today's lesson. We're going to do role playing, and we might get to a game today. And so our conversation this week is what's your favorite food? So, um, Tony, why don't you tell me what's your favorite food and maybe tell me why and if you have any specific reason why it's your favorite food.
My favorite food is hot pot because hot pot is a spicy food. I like spicy food, and hot pot can let the atmosphere hot. We can celebrate the vegetable we will to eat the hot pot.
Oh, that's really cool. I actually really like hot pot myself. Whenever my family comes back from long vacation, we always eat hot pot because it's like a good way to keep you warm and it's a good way to like talk to your family and have fun with your family. So I think that's really great that you like hot pot. Um, Sophia, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is chicken. I like chicken. Whatever how they could it.
Yeah, do you have any favorite like chicken dish?
Yes, I don't care how they cook it. Cook it. I just like them.
Do you like eggs too? Do you like, like the chicken and also the eggs? That's really great. Elsa, what's your favorite food? Are you having trouble with your setup? If you're having a bit of trouble, we can always come back to you later when um your microphone's working if it's not working right now. Oh, is it working? Hello.
My favorite food is cake.
Do you have a particular favorite flavor of cake?
I like strawberry cakes.
That's really cool. I also really like strawberry cake. I think it's like a healthier version of what people would normally eat, and I think that's like a good balance between something that's sweet and something that's also kind of healthy. Okay, so last week's homework was for you guys to use the vocabulary words from a book we read in a sentence. And so here are some of the words that we used. Um, it was they were ached, which means physical or emotional pain. It was concentrate, which means focus on one's attention onto something. Educated, which is having been enlightened in knowledge. Effort, which means to attempt something. Satisfied, which means pleased. And racket, which means a loud noise. And some other words that you guys could have used were also splendid, interrupt, swashbuckling, and and impressive. So, Tony, why don't you uh give me a sentence using one of these words?
And what do you mean? I can't understand.
Use one of the words from the vocabulary in a sentence.
Okay. Mm,
Would you like an example?
and I must use I think.
If you need a little time to think, I can always come back to you and ask someone else first. Would you like some time to think? Why don't I give you a little bit time to think about a sentence and I'll call on someone else first. Okay?
Okay.
Sophia, why don't you use one of the words from the vocabulary to make a sentence?
Okay, let me see. I want to use the word concentrate. The teacher, mm, oops, in the class, we must concentrate to the teacher.
Really good job. That was a great usage of the word concentrate. That's a really good way to use it. Elsa, why don't you make a sentence using one of the vocabulary words? Um, I don't know if you know this, but I can't hear you if you're talking right now. Your microphone is still muted.
I want to use pleased.
Okay.
And this 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 cup is pleased.
Good job. Um, would you like to add anything more to the sentence? Like maybe you could give a reason why the club is pleased. Or
Um, the purple cup is pleased.
good job. It's a very descriptive sentence and it gives people a lot more information in a shorter amount of time, which is good. Um, also, Tawny, is that how you pronounce your name instead of Tony?
Yes.
Have you thought of a
Okay, now
sentence?
maybe I will use the racket. Mm, when I play the badminton, I need the racket.
Really good job. Do you like playing badminton?
Yes, I like to play it, and I like to play table tennis too.
Oh, that's really cool. I was never really good at badminton or table tennis, but I still really like playing them, especially with my family. Do you guys want to try using any of the other words, like ached or educated? Sophia, why don't you try to use the word ached in a sentence?
Let me see. Let me see.
If you need some time to think, I can always ask someone
I,
else.
I want to use another word.
What word would you like to use?
Educated.
Okay, go ahead.
We go to school to be educated.
Great job. That's a sentence that you can use. And like it's just a very common phrase that you can use when you're talking about school. And so that's a really good phrase to know. And really good job. Elsa, why don't you try to use a word that has not been used yet in a sentence?
Um,
Do you need a little bit of time?
yeah.
Okay, Tani, can you think of any words you that we haven't been used yet to use in a sentence?
I will use effort. I effort on my study.
Really good sentence. But there's just one thing wrong with it, and you wouldn't say you effort, you'd say you made an effort because it's to attempt. So uh you can't effort in itself cannot be used, but you can say you made an effort. So do you want to try saying the sentence again, but with the correction? So the sentence would be, I made an effort in my studies. Do you want to try saying that?
I made I made effort on my studies.
Really good job. And that's a much better way to phrase the sentence, and a lot more people will understand you saying it like that. So really good job. Elsa, have you thought of a word to use?
I want to use racket.
What word would you like to use?
Racket. Racket.
Racket?
No, no, no. Act. Act. Yeah.
Sorry, what word would you like to use?
The
Ached?
first one.
Oh, ached. I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
I had a headache this morning.
Oh, really good job, including like where you had the ache. It helps a lot when, or it just makes the sentence more specific, and that's really impressive. So good job. All right. All right. So why don't we get on to today's lesson? And today's lesson is about food. And I myself really like food, and I hope you guys also are passionate about food and like talking about it. Oh, I went too far. Um, so today our first topic is going to be about American food culture. So this is like the type of food that American people typically eat. So like it's like how Chinese people will eat certain types of food for certain reasons. American people eat certain types of food for certain reasons as well. And American food culture is based off of a lot of different places. Um, a lot of American food, like burgers and pizzas, have been influenced by other people. So, for example, American Chinese food was influenced by Chinese people who came to America to work, right? And different parts of America have different types of influence on them. So, in the South, there's Southern food, and it's thought to be more home style, like something to be made by your mom. And some really popular Southern food is like fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens. So, have any of you guys ever tried Southern food before? And if you did you like it? Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to stop me and ask them. Or if I'm going too fast, you can ask me to repeat. Elsa, do you have a question? Okay, so have you guys tried
What
Southern
is
food?
macaroni?
Macaroni is a type of food. It's like, have you had pasta before? Um, Macaroni is like a type of pasta. And so, I don't know if you can see this. Um, but this right here is macaroni.
Is that? Oh, I think I know what it's it.
Have you ever tried it
Uh,
before?
yes, it is a bit difficult to recognize it, but I think uh I think I think I get it.
Um, so have you eaten it before?
Nope.
Okay. Has anyone else here eaten some of the food that's being showed in this slide, like burgers, pizza, or fried chicken?
Yes, I like pizza.
Really? Uh, what's your favorite type of pizza? I like pepperoni pizza a lot.
I just like seafood pizza.
Oh, really? I've never had seafood pizza before, but it sounds really good. Um, has anyone else here tried any of the foods on this slide? Okay, then why don't we move on? Oh, I'm still annotating. Oh. So here are some popular American breakfasts. Do you guys recognize any of the food on this slide? And if so, have you tried any of these foods before? Or are you curious about any of these foods here and would like to know more about them? Because if so, you can always ask me and I can tell you more about some of these foods.
What is the food in the left. The food the let me
Here?
see.
Oh, my bad. In the
No,
left?
let me see. In the left and yes, this one. What's that? What's that? It's
Which one?
let me see. Uh, let me see. Can I write something? Mm, yes, I think this one.
Oh, that is called a cinnamon roll. It's a very sweet type of pastry that we eat in America. Um, a lot of people like cinnamon rolls, but they are very sweet. So if you don't like sweet food, then you won't really like cinnamon rolls. Are you guys curious about anything else here? My favorite food here is hold on. My favorite food here is this, and this is just a fried egg, and I just like eggs, and I think they're very simple and easy to make. So that's why those are my favorite. Do
Teacher,
you guys have, yeah?
what is this? This,
Which one?
this,
Oh,
this,
okay,
this.
those are pancakes. Uh, in uh, there's also some Chinese food that are like this, but in Chinese food, or at least the Chinese food that I know of that my parents have made for me, pancakes tend to be salty, but these pancakes are sweet. So they kind of have like a red bean bun, the bun texture. It has a texture like a bun, and it's very sweet, and uh a lot of people like to eat it. It's a very popular breakfast. Um, do you have a question, or Tawny, do you have a question about the thing in the right hand bottom corner? So
Yes.
this is avocado toast. Do you know what avocado is?
Oh, yes,
So
I
an
like.
avocado is a type of plant, and so basically in America, we are on top of Mexico, right? So Mexico grows a lot of avocados, and
Oh,
so we get a
oh,
lot
I
of,
don't like avocados, but I like toast.
yeah, so we put avocados on toast, and it's a very popular breakfast for a lot of people. I recommend you try it, but sometimes it does not taste the best. Do you guys have any other questions?
Mm, what's that? What's that in English? I think I eat it, but I don't know how to say it.
Where?
Oops, wait. Here.
Those are waffles. So those are called waffles. They're like pancakes, but they're a little different. Um, so do you want to try saying that? Waffles?
Oh, waffles. I like them. It tastes
Yeah. Do
very
you have
well, but I just don't know how to speak it.
do you have a favorite topping? A lot of people like putting syrup or chocolate on their waffles.
Mm, I like to put some jams.
I see. All right, so if you guys don't have any more questions, I'll just go over briefly through some of the foods that are still on this slide. So, give me a second. So right here, these are called bagels. Um, they taste like they're kind of like bread, except they're in the shape of a donut, and that's really the best way to describe them. And a lot of the time, people will put toppings on them or stuff inside of them to make sandwiches. Right here, this is just normal milk, so nyonnai. People in America really like drinking milk, and they think it's good for your bones. Um, These down here are called donuts. And they're like bagels, but they're sweet and they have a texture that's like cake. So it's like cake, but in the shape of a bun. This here is just normal fruit. And up here is a very popular American breakfast called cereal, which you put with milk to make it taste better. So these are some common types of breakfast that you eat in America. Also, if you guys are asking any questions in chat, I'm sorry. y- I'm Chinese, but my Chinese isn't always the best. So, if you have any questions, maybe some of your fellow classmates can help you to ask me if you don't know how to say it in English. All right, so let's go to the next slide. So, now let's talk about some lunches and some common foods that we eat during lunch. Oh, so here are some popular lunches that maybe you would eat in China. And I know that whenever I visit China, I eat a lot of dumplings and buns. I don't really ever have fried rice, but I really like having beef buns and red bean buns too. So what do you guys normally eat for lunch in China?
I usually eat rice and some meat and vegetables.
I see. Tawny, what do you normally eat for lunch?
And we usually has rice, and sometimes we will have noodles.
Do you have a favorite lunch or like a special dish that you guys might have for lunch on a certain day? Oh, bless you.
We usually to eat the rice. Maybe I like the rice, but if my favorites, I like the noodles best or the dumplings.
That's really nice. I know that one of my favorite like places to eat dumplings is always um oh, what's it called? Dim sum. I like going to dim sum for lunch with my family whenever I visit China, and I think it's really cool how you can just grab what you want to eat and whatever you feel like you want to eat, and you can just grab it off the plate. Elsa, what do you normally eat for lunch?
We have we usually have rice and salad and a beef.
I see. Well, here are some popular American lunches. So we have like a sandwich. Uh, so here is right here, this is a typical American sandwich, and a lot of the times we use something called deli meats, and deli meats are like ham or turkey. This here is a hot dog. Um, it's just like a sausage in a bun, and we like putting ketchup and mustard on it. This here is a food that you guys are probably all very familiar with because it's quite popular worldwide, but it's pizza. And we don't normally eat pizza at our school, but it's still a nice treat to have sometimes. And over here is salad, which is just a bunch of different vegetables, and I'm sure you guys have eaten salads too. And so down here we have some pictures of our school lunch. That's what we have at school. So that right there is chicken, if you're wondering. Uh, we have chicken and bread, and we have a banana to go with it. And I don't know if the lunch at your guys' school, if you have to pay for it or if you bring your own lunch, but at our school, the lunch is free. Um, so it's really nice to be able to go and get lunch if you're feeling hungry. So do you guys normally bring your own lunch to school, or do you guys normally eat school food? And if so, what's the school food like? And do you have any questions about our school food?
Teacher, what is this?
Um, those are mashed potatoes.
And this?
The school doesn't always have the best quality of food, but those are mashed potatoes, so just potatoes with cream. The other thing you just circled is cheese on top of bread. So they fry the cheese and they put garlic with it to make it taste better. Do you have
In
any other
our
questions?
school, in our school, we usually don't bring our lunch. Mm, some some students eat lunch at school. Some students just go back to home or mm, or go to the other place to eat. Mm, the, I saw some lunch in our school. It it looks it looks tasty, but I don't usually don't eat at school.
Oh, well, I don't normally eat at school either. So, but a lot of people at our school do eat at school, and the lunch lines can get really big sometimes. Like 60 people sometimes are all going to get food at one time. So it can be pretty crowded. Do you guys have any more questions or any more comments? Okay, if not, let's move on. Uh, okay. So now we're on to dinner. And so here we have some popular dinners, and one that you guys might be familiar with is Peking duck right here. And I tried Peking duck when I first went to Beijing, and honestly, it was such a cool experience for me to eat Peking duck. It's such a rich flavor, and especially when you eat it with the buns and the sauce, it tastes really good. So, what do you guys normally eat for dinner? And are you curious about any of the foods on this slide? And we also have another slide with other dinners on it. So, oh, sorry. So, what do you guys normally eat for dinner? And do you have any questions about the dinners on these slides?
Teacher,
I
what is this?
usually eat roast duck or roast chickens, and sometimes I eat steak. I like steak very well. I think it is very tasty. But I never tried tacos or bulgogi. I think in our country we usually don't eat them.
Oh, so if you guys have any questions about uh, tacos and bulgogi, tacos is a popular Mexican food, and it's like a wrap that you use a different type of wrap than you would use to eat the Peking duck, and but it's still the same concept. You would put meat, whatever meat you want, and vegetables with it, and so that's what a taco is. And bulgogi is it's like stir-fry beef, but it's Korea's stir-fry beef, so it has certain flavors to it that you would not normally find in Chinese dishes. Um, Elsa, what do you normally eat for dinner?
I usually eat. I usually eat some meat, some fish, some shrimps, some meat, and some bread.
Oh, I see. Do you have a favorite type of dinner or a special dinner? Like for
My
me,
favorite,
oh, you can go ahead.
uh, my favorite dinner is the
Sorry. Go
uh,
ahead. Sorry, I just coughed.
my favorite dinner is is the shrimp because my mother cooks can cook the shrimp very well.
That's really nice, and home cooking is always the best, and I really like eating my mom's food too. I was going to say like a special dinner for me is like on my birthday, the person whose birthday it is always eats 2 eggs and steak, and we always eat long noodles for longevity, right? Um, I don't know if that's something you guys do, but that's something that my family always does for their birthdays. Tawny, what do you normally eat for dinner?
In my family, and in the dinner, we usually to eat a lot of vegetables, and such as the cabbages. We will eat it with some with some some meat and like the tomato and the potato. We usually to eat together, and sometimes we will eat the egg too and some soup, the egg soup.
I see, that's really nice. That's a very balanced dinner. And, sometimes for me, I don't always get vegetables in with my dinner, even though it's a very important thing to have. So I do wish that I could eat more vegetables in my dinner. So here are some other popular dinners from around the world. We have pasta from Italy. It's like noodles, but the noodles are shaped differently, and people oftentimes like putting tomatoes with their pasta. We have sushi from Japan, but sushi is also very popular around the world. And sushi, as I'm sure you guys already know, is just rice with fish on top. We have curry from India, and curry is very spicy a lot of the times, and it normally is consisted out of it's made from chicken, so a very popular dish is chicken tikka masala, which is very spicy, and it's chicken and tomato paste, and it's really good, and it's one of my favorite dishes. From England, we have fish and chips, which is just fried chips or fried fish and fried potatoes. And then from France, we have cassolet, which just looks like shredded chicken with some vegetables and other things. So, which one of these dishes would you guys personally like to try or want to know more about?
I like sushi very much.
Do you have a favorite type of sushi? Like, what's your favorite fish for sushi?
Mm, Let me think. I think I just like sushi. I don't. Let me see. I want to circle it. This one. I don't like sushi like this.
Oh, so this is more of an American type of sushi where they wrap it up in the roll. More authentic sushi is the one with just the rice and the fish on top. And I think that one tastes a lot better too. So yeah, I also really like sushi. It's one of my favorite foods, and I think it's just a really nice food to eat overall. Um, Tawny, what type of food here would you want to eat?
I want to eat the fish and chips, and now my favorite food is the sushi too.
That's really nice, and I've had fish and chips before, and it's honestly really good. And I think just seafood overall is really really good to eat. Elsa, what type of food would you like to try here?
Mm, I want to try pasta, and I like salmon sushi and shrimp sushi.
I also really like those flavors of sushi. And also another thing that you guys may know of or may not know of that also has a sushi-like type of feel is poke from Hawaii and from Vietnamese culture. And it's just like cut up fish with rice. So it's kind of like sushi. And that's also another thing that tastes really good. So now we're going to talk about popular snacks. So here we have some popular Chinese snacks, and right here, these ones are my favorite. I really like these crackers, and I haven't tried some of the things here, like the candy, because I don't like sweet snacks that much, but I really like the Chinese crackers. So, what's some of your guys' favorite Chinese snacks? And do you like your snacks to be sweet or salty?
I like sweet snacks. Like mm, like the let me see, like this one and this.
Oh, xiangjia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I have tried those before, and they're also really good.
What's that? What's it? What's this in English?
Those are called Tootsie Rolls in English, or well, those are just like a type of candy. It might not be the exact same, but you can just generally refer to it as candy. If it's a specific Chinese candy, you can refer to it in its Chinese name because that's what it's called. So, like, you wouldn't call a Chinese snack, you wouldn't give it an American name because it doesn't have one. You would call it by its Chinese name. So sometimes you don't have to worry about um giving the snacks you eat a American name so long as you can describe them. So if I was trying to explain one of my snacks to someone, I would tell them how it tastes and maybe give them a very common food that it tastes like. So for xianjia, you could be like, it tastes sweet and also it kind of tastes like a dried plum a little bit, right? So why don't you practice describing what the food tastes like? So how would you describe this food?
Oh, let let me see. I think it's sweet and it's stick um it always stick on on my teeth. But mm, it's very sweet, but it's yummy.
Good job. And that was a really good description. And after hearing that, it gives me a better idea of maybe what it tastes like, and maybe I can think of something that also tastes like that and know what to expect. So that was a really good job. Um, Tawny, do you have any snacks here that you like, or maybe another snack that you like that's not on here?
Mm, I like. Okay. I like this one best.
Oh, I've never had those. Why don't you say their name and then try to explain them to me?
I don't know how to say in English. Maybe it is things like yeah, potato.
Oh, well, you don't always have to say it in English. Just try to describe it to me then.
And I pref- prefer the spicy snack, like mm, like like this snack. It has spicy flavors, so mm, I like this one best. I don't like
Okay, good job.
someone it's so sweet.
Okay, that's really good. I also really like spicy food, and I think even though I'm not the best at eating spicy food, I still really enjoy eating it. And that was also a good description. So giving the flavor of a snack can help more than sometimes giving the name of a snack. Because then people know what maybe it will taste like when they eat it. They don't always have to know the name if the name's in Chinese. So, Elsa, what's your favorite type of snack? Is it one on here or is it not on here?
I like crisps.
Um, like potato crisp or
Um, potato crisp. Yeah.
so in America we call those potato chips. And a lot of the time they come in different flavors, right? So why don't you tell me what your favorite flavor of potato crisp are?
Um, so potato crisps are very crunchy, and my favorite flavor is the beef flavor or the cucumber flavor.
Wow, those are really interesting flavors. In America, we don't have a lot of snacks that are flavored like that. And I think it's really cool that in China they have more food-based flavors rather than just like in America we just have like salt as a flavor or like vinegar. So here are some popular American snacks. So down here is like what you're talking about, like potato chips. And these are some of the flavors that we have in America. So this would be like barbecue flavor. And here is something similar to potato crisp. They're like potato crisp, but they're wrapped up. And these ones are very spicy and also taste like lemons. Um, some other some other popular American snacks here are this is just like a type of these are different types of candy. It's chocolate, so it's very sweet. And these are cookies. These are similar to potato crisp, except they're in the shape of goldfish and they taste like cheese. Here is something called Oreo. It's like a cookie with a filling in it. And down here are pretzels. Um, and pretzels are just kind of crunchy and they're very salty. So are there any foods here that interest you guys or that you guys have any questions about?
I think this one is it's funny because mm, I eat that before, but usually it's very big. It's big as my hand, but looks like it's very small here.
So a lot of the times, like their pretzels come in different sizes, so they'll either be very big or very small. And these the big ones are normally like fluffier, right? And they're kind of soft, but the small ones in America are crunchy and they're kind of hard. So they're different in that type of way, but they generally have the same flavor. Is there any other snacks here that you guys are interested in, or any snacks that you guys recognize and that you guys eat in China?
Mm, um, i- the, in this picture, those foods I think is all popular in China. Um, like this one in China is very popular, or this one it just is named in Chinese, and like this chocolate in China is very popular. It's just in my city, I think it is. This one in China is very popular too. And this one, we in my family, we usually to make a cake to use this one. This one in China is a little bit salty.
Oh, wow. I actually didn't know that so many of these snacks were in China. And I think a lot of the times the flavors that they use are different. So um it's like do you have any flavors of these that you think are kind of cool? Like I think I've seen like strawberry flavored Oreos, which we don't have in America.
Like the
And
um,
Cool.
and this biscuits have a kind of and this chocolate biscuit have have a interesting flavor in China. This flavor is a kind of flower.
It's a flower flavor?
Yeah,
Wow, I've never had that before. I've tried like eating flowers before, but I've never had like a flower flavored cookie. So that's really cool actually. Um, So yeah, these are just some popular snacks in America, and I guess they're also very popular in China, which was something new that I learned today. So that's really cool. Um, does anyone have anything else to say? Okay, so why don't we move on? So here are some popular drinks. So these are popular drinks all around the world, and they're water, tea, coffee, orange juice, soft drinks like Sprite and Coca-Cola, which I know are definitely in China, and energy drinks like Monster Energy. So, what's your guys' favorite type of drinks?
I like I
Mm,
usually drink water, but I like orange juice very much. At home, I usually drink tea with my father. I don't like soft drinks. I never try coffee. I think it might be very strange to drink.
Well, tea is just like a little bit bitter, right? But tea has this very natural flavor to it. It's like a very refreshing flavor. But coffee is very strong and it's very bitter. So a lot of times people will put sweet like sugar in their coffee to make it taste better. Elsa, what's maybe a drink that you really like to drink or your favorite drink, even
mm,
if you don't get to drink it that much?
I usually drink orange juice and water at home, but my favorite drinks is milk tea. The
Milk tea?
milk tea is yeah. The milk
I
tea is
also
very
really
very
like milk
sweet.
tea. Yeah, milk tea is a very popular thing in America. Like even not like with American people really like drinking milk tea and a lot of the times they go drink it more than the Chinese people in America do because it's just that popular with American people. Um, Tawny, what's your favorite type of drink or what's a drink that you drink a lot?
I usually drink the water at home, and my dad usually drink the tea at home. And my in when I to do some exercise, I will drink the energy drink. Mm. But my favorite drink is the soft drinks. I like it, but I just have a little bit time to drink the soft drinks.
Well, I see. I also really like drinking soft drinks, but like you can't drink too much of them and you never have enough time to drink them because they're very sweet and a lot of the times they're not good for you. So that's why a lot of the times, I will drink water instead of soft drinks because it's more healthy.
Yes.
So these are just some popular drinks and now we're on to role playing. Now, do you guys know what role playing is? Okay, so we're going to be role playing ordering from a restaurant. And so here are some scenes, and we might not be able to get through all of them, but we can try to get through some of them. So this is just an example um, of what you guys maybe would say. So uh, why don't you guys read over um, this example, and then why don't I will be the host, and you guys can try to like get into the restaurant, right? So just take a couple of minutes to read this, and then I'll call on someone to roleplay. So I'll give you guys just a couple of minutes to read over through the slides. Okay, why don't you guys just let me know when you're done and we can start whenever you guys are ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so if you're ready, I'll be your host and um let's roleplay. Okay, so I'll be your host. Hi, welcome to our restaurant. Do you have a reservation?
Wait. Uh, which character are we going to? Um,
So the example or the thing on the slides is just an example. But for us, um, w- we're doing one where it's more natural, where you can think of what to do. So I will be the host, and you are a customer. So Tom and Karen would be customers right now, and they would say, "Oh yes, maybe we have a reservation," or maybe they don't, and the host would respond. So you just imagine that you're at a restaurant right now, and I'm your host, and that you're trying to get in. Okay? Okay, so hi, welcome to our restaurant. Do you have a reservation?
yes.
What's the name for the reservation?
Mm,
Do you have any questions right now? If you have any questions about what I'm saying, you can always ask me. Do you need any help maybe?
uh,
If you're having trouble, you can just let me know and I can help you out.
I don't really get it.
So in this, we're pretending like you're at a restaurant, right? And I ask you, if you had a reservation, which means like you have told the restaurant that you're already going to go to the restaurant and they saved the table for you, right? And so in order to make sure it's you, they ask you what your name for the reservation is. So you would give them your name and then they would take you to your table, right? Do you understand?
Oh, because I don't really know what is reservation, so I
Do you
don't know.
understand now?
Yes,
Okay, so do you want to start over?
yes,
Okay. Hi, my name is Donovan and I'm your host today. Welcome to our restaurant. Do you have a reservation?
no.
Oh, well, that's okay. We can do walk-ins too. How many people are in your group?
Three, I think.
Okay, we have a table for three right this way. Follow me. And that would be the end of the scene. And that's what it would be like to first go into the restaurant. So really good job, Sophia. That's what it's like to get into a restaurant using English. So why don't we go to the next scene? So the next scene is getting seated. So Elsa, why don't you read over this slide? Let me know when you're done and we'll go through it together.
What? I'm not. Uh,
If you don't understand, you can always just tell me and I'll explain it to you.
I'm not understand.
So we are pretending like you are ordering drinks at a restaurant. So normally when you go to a restaurant, you know you well when I was a kid, my parents would order for me, but right now we're learning how to order in English. So we're pretending that I'm your waiter and you are ordering what type of drink you want. And as you can see, we
Okay.
have drinks down here where it says beverages. Okay. So
Okay.
just take a little time and let me know when you are ready to start.
Okay. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, hi, I'll be your waiter today. Welcome to our restaurant. What would you like to drink?
Mm, I'll ha I want to drink the juice.
What type of juice would you like to drink?
I want to drink. I want to. I want to drink strawberry juice.
Really good choice. I'll make sure that that comes out right away for you. And that would be the end. So really good job on ordering. And I know that I asked you for something that wasn't on the menu, but you did really good. So really good job, okay? Um, all right. Tawny, why don't you look over the example for picking what to order, and then um, you will order something. Do you understand how this works? Or actually, hold on. Let's do this slide. Um, so just look over and let me know when you're ready, okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Um, so what would you like to eat today?
Ye- Yes. I'll have the chicken soup and pancakes, please.
Excellent choices. Those are both very good. Would you like anything on your pancakes?
Mm, please to get some strawberry on it.
Of course, I'll make sure that happens. I'll be right back with your food. And that would be the end. Really good job. And good job asking or telling them what you want on your pancakes. And sometimes they won't ask you for what you want, so it's good to always be specific. Um, so these are just some other things that maybe you guys could look over. So, hold on, let me go back. So here we have waiting for food, and I don't think we'll have time to do this one today. So if you want, you guys can just take a quick look over what it's like waiting for food and just making small talk with people. So I'll just give you guys a couple of seconds to look over this one. We don't have much time left, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to move on. Here is if you have a problem with your food, you would obviously complain about it because if something's wrong with your food, you should tell them instead of just being content with having your food not be up to your standards. So here's complaining about your food, or not complaining, just letting the waiter know that there's something wrong with your food. Over here, this is getting your food. And so it's always important that once you get your food, um you know, if you're with someone else, it's important to talk to them and not just eat the food. And it's nice to talk to them about your food and talk about other things with someone because going to a restaurant's a very nice experience, right? And so here's paying for the bill. After you eat, you know, not everything's free, so of course you have to pay for your meal. And I don't know if it's the same in other cultures, but American culture is very common for you to tip the waiter because our waiters don't often get paid a lot. So it's important to tip them. So if you guys ever visit America, you'll notice that tipping the waiter is a big part because that's a lot of the way that they make money. And so here we have some common phrases like where's the bathroom? 厕所在哪里, right? So you would ask that if you don't know where the bathroom is. Um, you also have I'm ready to order. I'm ready for the check, which is what you would use to pay for the food. If you enjoy the food at a restaurant, you would say, wow, the food here is very good. Or if you don't like the food, you can say, wow, the food here is very bad. If you're with someone close and not someone you've just met, you can ask them to try them some of their food. But if you've just met someone, you shouldn't do that because you may come off as very hungry or immature. So only do this if you know someone well and you know they'd be okay with it. And if you really like the restaurant, you would say, we should come here another time. Or let's come here again if you like the food and you want to visit again. So these are just some common phrases that you use at restaurants. Do you guys go to restaurants a lot?
Yeah.
Not really because the coronavirus. We don't usually eat out eat in restaurants. We always eat in our home. My parents will cook delicious food.
Oh, well, that's really great. And it's always really nice to have your parents there to cook food for you. And so like I'm always grateful for my parents for cooking food for me. And personally, I think it's good to learn how to cook so that once you grow up and you live on your own, you can cook for yourself, right? So that's,
Mm,
oh, do you have something to
no,
say?
no.
Okay, well, that's all we have for today. And I already asked you guys some of what your favorite meal is, but next week, why don't you guys think of not only your favorite meal, but why don't you guys try to think of a way to describe it, so that a person who's never tried it before can know how it tastes like. All right? Thank you all for coming to class today. You guys were really attentive and you guys were really mature and respectful. So thank you for that. And I'm really glad I got to teach you guys today. Um, have a good rest of your day, guys. Thank you for coming and bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming.